Okay, it says we're on, but you never know. You know how this is, so let's give it a good old testaroo. And I got something in my hair right here. Ooh, I'm only going to be doing this for a little bit of time. Okay, scene selection. How do I add my chat? There we go. Okay, chat is live. Let's figure out how to do this. Let me move this a little. Okay. I am going to look. It says I'm live, but let's see. Oh, okay. Live. How do I go? How do I see? There we go. Let's just hear the audio if it works. Okay. Okay. Looks like it's working. Would you look at that? Okay. Coolio. Hello. I know no one's really in here yet, so I'm just going to hang out for a minute. And then, yeah. Gotta try to... I'm not going to be long on stream today, but just wanted to at least pop in for a little bit. And at that, Adam, hello. Look what I was just watching before I popped on. I was watching the good old From. I'm on episode 5 now, and it's really good, man. It's not, again, I just put out the review. It's not the best show I've ever seen so far, but it's still very early on, so it's hard to say anything like that for certain. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, do. When I was just a little boy, it's amazing, bro. It's a good horror mystery in its own way. Yeah, the further I'm getting into it, like when I'm watching, the more I'm realizing that it feels like Lost. Like it has a similar feel. It's not identical, obviously, but there's a similar feel to that and Lost. Um, and yeah, it feels like mystery based, adventure based, something like that. Not adventure, but like The Walking Dead, Lost, vibes like Transit. I don't know. It's a very interesting show so far. Oh, I didn't know that. That makes sense. I didn't realize that. It makes sense that it'd be from them. What? What am I going to work on? Sorry. I'm just looking at the different scenes that I have right now. I was wondering if I had a scene together for me if I wanted to put something on while I was doing this stream, but I guess not. Guess not. Probably only going to be able to do like 20 minutes on stream today, but I felt like it'd be worth it to just pop in while I had a few minutes and go from there. Let's see. It's like you said, yeah, it isn't supposed to be like those big shows, but something like Haunting of Hill House, the Netflix horror shows that have like a few seasons. Yeah, that makes sense. What's up, Jerry? How it going? Going pretty good. I'm really tired today and yesterday. Cyber8642 says Daryl Dixon season 2 1 out of 10. I want to say 3, but I feel like that's a little too critical. Like a 4.5. I hated it. I did not like season 2 at all. I thought it was a bad season. They focused on all the wrong things. They had so many ideas. They didn't know what to do with the 6-minute or 6-episode season. Isabel's death, inexcusable. Madame Janae's death was fine, but the way that they then just threw out the whole storyline of these variant walkers was dumb, to say the least. Things felt quick. We didn't get Isabel, Laurent, and Daryl, like, at all. Carol's storyline in the first episode with Ash was terrible. I fucking hated this season. I hated it. And I know I got a lot of negativity. I know I got a lot of feedback saying, like, how negative I was. I'm sorry. I hated the season. It was a bad season of TV. Like, I'm going to stick to that. That's how I feel. It was fucking awful. Like, that's it. Now, I'd give it a 5. Yeah, that's why I said I feel like 3 is too critical. I'm letting a little bit of emotion get into that one. So 4.5, I'll settle on. Like, that is how I feel. Like, a 4.5, I think, is fine. So he tried to kill Lo Sang with people of his in the same room. I know. It's just dumb. And then he gets mad and stabs her. That's also really dumb. Like, the whole thing is just stupid. It was a stupid, fucking, horribly written season. That's all I could say. That it was Fear the Walking Dead all over again, and I think it's really dumb. I'm disappointed is all. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day was ruined. So there's that. I am tired. The Walking Dead hasn't been good since the end of season 6, and we can all agree. Yeah, that's facts. Let's see what's going on in the Twitter world today. Oh shit, there's going to be a Popeyes horror movie? Like Popeye the Sailor Man? What the fuck? That's awesome. Animated Alex, what's up, man? How we doing? Greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations. What do we do? How do we do? What's the deal? Go Birds. Did the Eagles play today? I should know that. No. Do they? I don't think they do. I feel like I would have heard that. Guess not. I didn't even mention Fear the Walking Dead. Travis tried to be an assassin with the leap of faith. Yeah, I know. Hey, Brian. What's up, man? Breaking Dead. I love that name. Howdy. Breaking Dead. Sick. That is sick. Yeah, it's true. Hollywood running out of ideas. Facts. I'm good. Just disappointed about the Tyson Jake Paul fight. I mean, what did you expect? You know, like, I'm not saying that against you, Alex. I'm just saying in general, like, this was a cash grab. Jake Paul, I think he made 40 million, I think. Let me look that up. Let me pull that up, Jamie. How much did Jake Paul make? Yep. Like, even with that, yeah. 40 million. You're fighting a fucking old man. Like, age is not, like, time is not on that man's side. So even if he was one of the best fighters ever, like, it doesn't matter, because obviously a younger person is going to win, but also obviously this wasn't even about a fight to begin with. I could go off. I love the UFC. I love fights. I personally box and things like that. So I'm disappointed. But, like, what did you expect? What do you expect? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it was obvious that Jake Paul was going to win. But, yeah. I think The Walking Dead hasn't been good after season 4 in terms of consistency. Season 5 police arc is genuinely trash. Yeah, I didn't like that arc either. But I still liked season 5 a lot. That arc just wasn't a good arc. Did you hear about the Rick announcement rumors in the last few weeks? I saw, like, Dan's Reviews put a video up about it, but there is no, at least not that I've seen, there's no credible sources of this at all. Like, unless I'm wrong, I've tried to dig into this to see where this is. I don't think there's any new actual announcement information. I think it's just people talking. Yeah, Mike Tyson's old, yeah. Season 5 was peak of Rick, etc. That hospital arc didn't ruin it. 6 continued, then season 8 went downhill. I know I expected a good fight at least, even if Tyson is old. Yeah. Yeah, and Brian, yeah, I was just showing the chat here. Look what I was, right before I went on live stream. Oh shit.
Can I ask you?
Sorry. Just before I went on live stream, I was watching it. Episode 5, titled Silhouettes is the name of it. I was literally just watching it like 20 minutes ago. Trying to finish season 1 by the end of this week. Hopefully. I'm close. But I don't know. I mean, I'm on episode 5. It's pretty good. Dogwater HD 4K says, I just finished reading all the compendiums from the Walking Dead comics last week, so I finally watched all of my Walking Dead comic videos. Okay, what are your thoughts? Did you like it better than the show? How do you feel? Tell me. You can't leave it at that. Tell me. I need to know. Because I freaking loved it. I thought the comics were the best thing. So, yeah. No, I haven't seen Until Dawn. That's the game, right? Is that the game, or is there a story? I haven't heard of it, actually. Jake is such an arrogant brat. He deserved that slap. No one even cares about him winning. I know. I mean, that's another point. I hate the Pauls. I hate Logan Paul. I hate Jake Paul. I actually, for the life of me, don't understand how they're popular. Like, I don't get it. I think they suck. I'm not a fan of them. Like, at all. I'm a big YouTube freak. Like, I love YouTube, but I do not like Jake Paul. I've never seen anything appealing from either of them, Jake Paul or Logan Paul, and I hate Logan even more. Yeah, I agree. The Walking Dead season 9 was good. Season 10 was mid, but season 11 was straight mid. Oh, okay. I loved season 9, hated season 10, and thought season 11 was only terrible for the Reapers arc. And then the Commonwealth stuff I was kind of okay with. I think that season struggled because it was COVID and they had gotten canceled. So they had a lot of like rearranging to do, especially without Rick there. But yeah, the last 3 seasons, I mean, Kang did a great job with the first one, season 9. And then the rest were just kind of dog water. And the only reason I'm saying dog water is because I love how we have a guy in here, Dogwater HD 4K. What a name. What a name. Dogwater HD 4K. Yeah, season 10 was so boring. I agree. And it's not that it was just boring. It's just the Whisperer arc did not need to last a full season. It didn't. It wasn't good. Like, at all. I loved the Whisperer arc from the comics. Whisperer arc in the comics was one of my favorite arcs because of Rick and because of Carl, and just in general, the story was told better with Negan, Alpha, all that. It felt like the idea of people skinning walkers and wearing them doesn't feel real, but at least in the comics, they made it seem like, oh, these are just some nut jobs in the apocalypse, which I guess it portrayed that way on screen too. But it was just different. It was elongated. It wasn't good. Then the whole beta stuff just wasn't my cup of tea. I wasn't a fan of it. But I loved the Whisperers in the comics. Loved them. They might have actually been my favorite part of the comics. Just not in the show. Season 9 went up. 10 was dragging. Even those bonus episodes lacked purpose. Yeah, I didn't like them. I only liked Here's Negan. And I guess the one with Father Gabriel and Aaron was pretty good too. Season 11 was pretty good compared to 7 through 10. Yeah. Hornsby was the MVP of season 11 for me. I agree. And I liked the change from the comics with his character. I didn't love the Commonwealth arc in both versions, but I especially didn't love it in the show's version. But Lance in the show's version made up for what I didn't like about the rest of it. So that is a change that AMC made, or at least Angela Kang or whatever, that I genuinely liked. Big fan of that change. Comics are a lot more consistent in quality, and it feels like it only gets better and better as you continue on. And honestly, my favorite compendium is Compendium 4 with the Whisperer and Commonwealth arc. Yeah, I mean, there's some big events in those arcs that we just never got to see on screen, and it makes sense that you would like it more because... sorry, I just read another comment. I got distracted. It makes sense that you would like it more because there is a stark difference between those versions. With Carl and Rick being around, the Whisperer's arc is a totally different story, even though it's the same like base. And with season 11 and the Commonwealth arc, you get a totally different thing because Rick dies. Like you get there's so much more there that just works. It's so phenomenal. I loved the comic book story. I loved it. And if we had just gotten that with Whisperers and Commonwealth in the show, which we couldn't because Andrew Lincoln left, but if we could, I think we would have a different legacy of The Walking Dead, even if season 8 and 7 weren't like the best. Do you watch any DreamWorks movies? I'm not a movie guy, to be honest. Like I am, but I'm not really. I haven't watched a good movie in a while. I did just watch Shrek the other day, though, coincidentally, but I haven't seen Puss in Boots. I haven't seen any of the Puss in Boots movies. Puss in Boots is funny, though. Just in general, the character is funny. Walking Dead writers never learned from the Savior arc by dragging out the Whisperer arcs. Facts. That's what I meant to say. Season 10 had cut the Tower Death, Plot Armor, and COVID episodes, yeah. Roy says, I didn't really hate Reapers, but what should have happened is Season 7 All Out War with 20 episodes instead of 16. Season 8 Whisperers, and I think at least 10 seasons would be a good number. What character do you think should get a spin-off? It's a good question. If we were to get any other spin-off, I'd want it to be a prequel at the start of the apocalypse with our group. But I'm trying to think who would fill that role the best. My first thought would be like Aaron at the start going to Alexandria, but I don't know about that. My second thought is Morgan at the start with Jenny and Dwayne. Then you'd have to recast Dwayne and probably Jenny. And Morgan's older now, like Lenny James. Or maybe Shane, Lori, and Carl at the start. Something with the prequel in Georgia. Something with that and Atlanta and the bombing of Atlanta I would really like to see. Or a CRM prequel. And you guys know I'm not fond of The World Beyond. I hated what they did with the CRM, but like it would be cool to see a BL prequel. And see like how that all came to be. And maybe like, even if you had like Jadis and how she got to be stationed out there, like that would be an interesting plot. I'd be really interesting, but something at the start of the apocalypse would be really cool. I lost my place. Sorry guys, let me just find. All right, Dogwater says the show has much higher highs, but a lot of low points. The comics are just good all around. Yeah, that's facts. F. Gimple. Facts, those back pages, I agree. Kool-Aid Man says, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Roy says, yeah, Lance was better, just like how Stephen Ewan as Glenn after him and Abraham, it felt like dead and depressing, and all season 7 and losing Carl, not having a chance with Rick and losing the Whisperer, sad. Yeah, facts. Dogwater says, I don't understand why they killed Henry in the show because he was supposed to be the semi-replacement for Carl, and I actually liked his character. This I agree with. I mean, if my channel was around at the time this happened, I probably would have been very animated in the beginning of their introduction to Henry. But in retrospect, I actually really liked Henry, and I was annoyed that they killed him off too. If you're not going to have Carl, you need a surrogate for Carl's story. And it felt forced. I get it. But Henry it felt at least somewhat natural of a replacement, because then you have him intertwined with Carol, which felt natural, and things like that. And I did enjoy that. It didn't feel natural when you tried to force Judith. That's just me. It didn't feel natural. It wasn't the same, especially when she comes out right after Rick's demise in episode 5 of season 9. She's like, I'm Judith, do your crimes, and puts on the Carl hat. I just didn't like it. It was like you're visually forcefully replacing Carl. Like, I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. At least Henry felt a little more natural. I mean, obviously we knew behind the scenes it wasn't so natural, but whatever. The show tends to water down moments from the comics. That's facts. Aaron should, with Gabe, get a spinoff. I agree, Roy. I like that, but what would they do? Like, I've thought about this time and time again, because I know there's been rumors over time that they were floating around this idea of an Aaron and Gabriel spinoff, but like, what would they do? I like Gabriel a lot. He's one of my favorite characters in The Walking Dead. He's in my top 5. He's a fucking awesome character. Aaron's not too far off either, but what would they do? Because you can't do a prequel with them because they didn't know each other unless you like separate out the story, kind of, but even then you can't do that. And you can't really do an after because it's just them running Alexandria. Like, there's nothing interesting there. I love the two characters, but I don't find them compelling enough to have their own story. I just don't. They were great characters in The Walking Dead, but on their own, I don't think they work as well. Brian said, think you're the only guy I know besides me who enjoyed Rick's death in the comics. I thought it was perfect. I thought Rick's death in the comics was absolutely brilliant, and I will never say otherwise. That's my stance. Rick's death was perfect. It had to happen. It was done beautifully. The way it was done worked so well. You could disagree with me all you want. I'll disagree with you right back. I thought it was a fucking perfect death. I thought it was great. I thought the comics went out perfectly. I'm just a big fan. No more spin-offs, please. Facts. Which one episode have you watched the most? Clear. It's 100% Clear. I've seen that episode like a million times now. I fucking love that episode. And if The Walking Dead stayed with that vibe the whole time, I think I would have loved the show a lot more. Abe, Rosita, Eugene episode would be good for Tales. I agree. Not BS time traveling. I know. I agree. Prequels wouldn't work because the kids age too much. I know. Tales of the Walking Dead was so trash. It was, but it has potential, and I kind of hope they bring it back. I'm going to be honest. Only because I think they learned the feedback from everyone of that first season, and I think if they are still floating around the idea of a Tales season 2, I actually think they'll do the right thing. I hope. Because the idea on paper is awesome. It was disappointing. Just finished Succession a couple weeks ago, and man, that's a great show. I want to talk about Succession more on this channel. It's just my demographic is all fucking Walking Dead fans, because that's what I post. Obviously, I love you guys. Like, if I post a video like that, it gets like 0 views. I'm just being honest, and I know it's not all about that, but this is something I spent a lot of time working on. It's like a side business to me. And like, if I'm going to put a lot of effort into something, I got to know it's going to pay off. I know that sounds ridiculous. I get it. YouTube's a little tough, but I want to talk about Succession. I'm trying to think about the best way to do it. Is it on this channel, or should I create a channel where I could talk about a little more broad shows, not just The Walking Dead? Because like, I love The Walking Dead, and I will continue to talk about it on this channel, but I love talking about other shows, and Succession is the prime example of one. But do I do it here, or do I do it on like Jerry's Takes Plus, or do I do it somewhere else? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now, because I could make a good video on it. I know I could. It's just, like, if it doesn't get a base off the beginning from initial subscribers, the algorithm fucking hates that. So, yeah, I don't know. I know I just went off on a tangent that probably makes me sound bad. I'm sorry, but it is true. Like, if I'm going to make content, I'm going to make it on what I know this channel's demographic is. I love Succession, though, and I want to talk more about it. So I definitely am. It's just, am I going to do it here and risk spending a lot of time for, no payoff? Or should I do it on another channel? It's just a genuine thought. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on that. Killed off Henry because they need to make room for the budget. That's facts. That's BS. After Negan's arc, they killed Carl. They tried to force Henry, and then they killed him. That is what happened this day, like with every spin-off characters. That's facts. Let's see. I saw Dan came in here. What's up, Dan? Let's see. By the way, hope life is going well with you, man. Thank you, sir. They would abandon their daughters, Jerry. That's facts. Do you like the direction they are taking Dead City with the new teasers? Yeah, I think the teasers are cool. I'm interested to see where it goes, but I'm going to tread lightly. Mason Beale is still alive. Yes, he is. Yeah, you're right. I don't see the story with them. That episode with Mace, Gabe killing, was amazing. I agree, it was amazing. I liked that episode a lot. Rick's death was perfect, but I hated it because it meant the end of the story. That is facts, and I agree, but I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. Dan, what's up, man? I expect Dave Morrissey to have his episode because there are novels, The Governor and Woodbury, and something that would be cool too. They shouldn't have had to learn from Tales Season 1's blunder to begin with. I agree. Scream Reel, Q&A. What could they do to make The Walking Dead refreshing like Daryl Dixon Season 1? I think an origin story or like a prequel, personally. The Walking Dead gets views. It's funny, though, because it's the least interesting right now. I know. I will say, I'm just going to make this observation. I watch a lot of creators, and this is like, Dan, this is a perfect point. I watch a lot of creators, and like, you know, when you do YouTube, Dan definitely knows this. It's kind of like, it's a business. That's what it is. And, you know, you make decisions on what you're going to post sometimes. Sometimes, obviously, it's the best to just post your heart, blah, blah, blah. But you make decisions on what you're going to post, and you look at like metrics of other stuff. I don't think there's a show that gets as much consistent viewership from a very dedicated base like The Walking Dead. Like Breaking Bad has one too. It's pretty similar. But The Walking Dead just surges, man. Like, it just surges. That show just, it doesn't die. I mean, I get it. It's still going on, but like, it's insane. It's actually crazy in the landscape of like TV, you know, and all that stuff, like on YouTube. The Walking Dead just trends, man. And it's crazy because a lot of people tuned out of the show. So it's a very interesting stat. Stop making new channels. That is true. The Walking Dead gets views. Funny. Stop making new channels. Hey, Brian. I agree, Jerry. Talk about other stuff if it's better than The Walking Dead universe. Facts. A Negan prequel would be cool, but I feel like the amount of flashbacks and dialogue from Negan to Gabriel, it seems unlikely to happen. I agree. There's some retracted messages here. I think it's ridiculous. I'm about to give up on Rick coming back. Same Dan, I don't see Andrew back. General Beale was a waste of a villain. Facts. Gamer Gamut, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. It's been a little bit. I saw you commented the other day. It's good to hear from you. Doing good. Doing very good. Very, very busy in my personal life right now. But been planning a lot behind the scenes. So got a lot in production. And yeah. But everyone's good, man. It's good to hear from you. I hope you're doing well too. Hey Jerry, a few more days and it'll be the 1 year anniversary of Fear ending. Oh, maybe I'll make a video on that. Are you a classic horror movie fan? Yeah, I haven't seen all of them, but I'm not going to say I'm like the biggest. I'm not really the largest movie fan, period. Just being real. It's never really been my cup of tea. I like movies. If we're talking classics, I mean, obviously I've seen like Halloween, A Clockwork Orange, but that's not as much a horror as it is like a drama. Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know. Those back pages, we love The Walking Dead. Facts. It's absolutely a business, Dan says. I like to post what I want, but sometimes it doesn't always do well. I agree with that. I'll still post what I want. But sometimes if I want to make content that I put a lot of time into, I want to make sure there's like an audience for that. I guess, if that makes any sense. So I try to do a bit of both too. Spicy Productions. Hey Jerry, what's up, man? How we doing? I missed The Walking Dead 2010 to 2016. Negan's arc killed it. it was about our group. We survived the 6 amazing seasons, and then it dragged and filled with more uninteresting characters and something interesting. Spicy Productions, yes, I can say hi. I already did, but I will say hi again. Howdy, greetings, and salutations. Hope you're doing well. Ironic, a show about zombies can die. Facts. Facts, Roy. One thing I'm so upset about was Okafor dying, such a waste. Him and Rick were amazing. That would make for a good spinoff, I think. And we love The Walking Dead hard. Jerry, do not forget how poping filming locations were during the show's lifetime. I don't know what poping means. I personally made 5 different trips to Atlanta. I'm in New York just for The Walking Dead stuff. I'm actually curious. I wish I was. I wish I could have done that. Hey, you're in New York too. Howdy. Howdy from New York. Animated Alex. Honestly, Joe was a more threatening villain than General Beale. That's so facts. That's actually a very good point. Assuming the AMC will milk the franchise forever, I think they should just start over. Completely new cast, writers, directors, and location. Agreed. Roy, anyway, I love you, man. Your honest opinions are always good to hear. Thank you very much, Roy. Jerry, you need to watch The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Gamer Gamut. I know. I promise. I know. I know. I will get to it. Whenever I see you come up, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's on my list. I will watch it. It's Disney Plus. It's life-changing. I will check that out. Give us that Morales spinoff. I fucking love that. Morales would be such an interesting one. Actually, I mean, all jokes aside, it actually would be kind of interesting. Is it the best? No. But it would be kind of interesting. Yusuf says, hey, Jerry, how you doing? First off, doing well. And have you ever played the Telltale Walking Dead games? I have not. I've heard a lot about them. I know I get a lot of comments on them on the channel. But no, I have not. One day, maybe. But I just haven't done it. Where do you think Daryl's spinoff could go in the future? What are your predictions for season 3, if you can think of some off the top of your head? I think they're going to keep doing something that I don't agree with, and they're going to go from location to location to location and just never get back home. That's what I think is going to happen, because they're just milking the fuck out of this franchise. If I have one prediction, I'm not going to hold this one too high, but it's, I guess, more of a hope than a prediction. It's that Ash and Laurent go back to Alexandria, and there they run into Rick Grimes. Laurent tells Rick Grimes that he is brought there from Daryl, and Laurent's like, oh shit, let's use our CRM helicopters to go find him. That's what I hope. I don't think we're going to get that, but it's at least what I hope. I don't know. I will say the aesthetic looks really cool for season 3. Like, those teaser trailers looked really cool. So I'm excited for that, I guess. Why do I think Daryl Dixon season 1 was so good? I think it was really good because of the world building and Daryl in a new environment. And also because Daryl was adapting to these new people who have this weird belief, which I thought was really interesting. And I think the way they told that story was just very good for a 6-episode series. The second season didn't do any of that. There was no more world building. It was just Janae and the Scooby-Doo villains trying to get Laurent. Like, it lost the special vibe that was season 1. Like, season 1 kind of felt like Pirates of the Caribbean or something. I don't know. It didn't really, but it felt like rustic. I don't know the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to envision the word in my head. It just felt cool. It felt new. It felt right for Daryl. Season 2 just didn't really. Tyrone said, Tyrone Eagles, go Birds, number 1. 2 said, just wanted to say, love the content, and you help me with your videos more than you know. Thank you very much, Tyrone. I really appreciate that. Things like that really mean the world. They're why I keep going, so I really appreciate that. Roy said, remember how we had CRM all over every shows? Beale dead, Threat dead, Jenner at the end of World Beyond, and the start of the outbreak of the variant walkers. Gene dead, storyline dead, Fear the Walking Dead trash. Facts. How many seasons do you think Daryl Dixon will have? They always jokingly say 8. I doubt it's going to make it to 8. I just doubt it. Do you watch other Walking Dead YouTubers like Make a Paths, Trev's Chan, and Movie Idol? Those 3 were the 3 that pushed me into creating this channel. I'll put it that way. I love all of them. I love Ronnie Hayes. Big fan of him. I'm glad to see he commented on some of my shit recently, and I was like, damn, like that's cool. Like I used to watch him all the time. Now I'm making Walking Dead content. He's watching me. Like I thought that was really cool. Movie Idol, I'll be honest with you guys. I love YouTubers. I don't want to talk bad on YouTubers, but I don't watch him as much anymore. I feel like all he is like very positive over the shows, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. But some of the fear stuff really had me questioning. I still do watch him though. But obviously I try not to say that in that bad of a way because he inspired me to create this channel. So I don't mean it in a bad way. I don't mean to like, in theory, bite a hand that fate fed me, because I don't know if I would have done this without those 3 creators. But I can't say I'm as big of a fan of his channel anymore as I used to be. I guess I'll put it that way. Just being honest. I have to be real. I wouldn't mind seeing Clementine's story in live action, but not in Gimple's hands. Yeah. I remember when the CRM was called the Helicopter Group back in season 8. Facts. When I think about it, fuck Gimple for killing the core pillars we should have in the story. Rick and Carl around. I agree. Tyrone. I agree. That's my impersonation of that emoji. French Dead season 1 was like The Walking Dead rebirth. Very refreshing. That's what I agree with. It felt new. It felt fresh. And then the second season just lost it all, in my opinion. As you know, I said it earlier on in the stream, I'm sticking to my guns. I know a lot of people said I was being too negative and blah, 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 but I did fucking hate season 2 of Daryl Dixon. I didn't like it at all. I'm sticking to it. Call me negative all you want. I gave it a 4.5 out of 10 earlier in this live stream. I did not like it. I liked a couple elements, but that's it. I really just didn't like it. I heard there was once again no CRM connection in the Walking Dead universe. Why have Beale mention spies if they're not? Yeah, I know. Mark my words, Daryl will not go home until 2030. Facts. Like, he's not going home for a very, very long time. Why don't you watch and review Sons of Anarchy week by week? Incredible show, and will take you away of the misery of the Walking Dead universe. I have that show on my list. I have been I've been closely thinking in my head, I guess is the term I'm looking for, when I'm going to watch that show. I will 100% watch that show at some point in time. And I will probably post it on my channel. One of my best friends always tells me to watch that show too. And I trust his judgment because we like the same shows. Not that I don't trust your guys' judgment, but like, coming from him, knowing the shows he likes, he's like, Jerry, watch the show. Hearing that makes me say it's going to happen. It's just, it hasn't happened yet. Sorry, I'm missing all of them. The Walking Dead is not Marvel. I believe you, Dan. Facts. I'm debating watching World Beyond, just asking if it's even worth it. No, don't watch it. There's no point. There's straight up no point. I used to watch them all back in the day. Yep. It's better CRM story than the ones who live. Well, okay, that is true. But I wouldn't watch it. Ronnie is awesome and brutally honest with his opinions. That's why I like him. Facts. Give us a Gimple spinoff. Could you imagine? It's just a picture of him like this. I don't know. Dan's reviews. We need you two to do a collab video. I'm down. I'm always down, by the way. I was actually just I was meaning to email you about this. I was just this week. I was like, should I reach out? Should I email? Yeah. And look, I want to say this because I feel horrible that I even said anything negative about Movie Idol because I don't really mean it. I just say I've fallen off a little bit. I'll put it that way. I think I respect what he does. I think he's a phenomenal creator. He's the reason I'm here. Like I said, I don't really align with his opinions as of late, I guess, which doesn't mean I don't like his channel. I don't know where I'm going with that. I just maybe I've grown out of it a little bit. I don't know. I still really like him though. I don't have any issues with the guy. I hope not to have came across like that at all. Ronnie Hayes doesn't really upload like he used to, and he doesn't cover The Walking Dead anymore. Yeah, I know. Have you finished The Sopranos? And if so, what do you think of the ending? No, but I've seen the ending. This is going to sound so weird. I watched up to season 3, and then I fully stopped watching. Not for any good reason, but ever since I stopped watching episodically, I've watched everything on YouTube. I know all the events that happens. I've seen the story. I know the story. I've watched the ending. I've seen the last episode, I think 6 times in my life. And I think the ending is one of the best endings on TV ever. I know that's crazy, and I'd imagine if I was watching this and had no idea what the ending was, I think I'd be pissed and probably have a different opinion. But having watched it many times and having seen a lot of it, I think The Sopranos ending is the best ending ever. Specifically because it's controversial, specifically because it's ambiguous. I loved what they did. The only other shows that I think have a perfect ending, there's 3. It's Succession, Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul. The 3 of those I think have brilliant endings. The Bear, I just saw this come in. I got to read a lot more, but Dan, I agree. The Bear is a phenomenal show. I love that show so much. I missed a lot of comments. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. If French Dead Season 2 taught us anything, it's that batshit crazy came from, yeah, it's facts. Emre, I think, says, hello, I met you with your good and bad criticisms about The Walking Dead, and I'm happy about it. We love The Walking Dead universe wholeheartedly, but it must be great for the spin-off series to take off. I apologize. I'm not sure I fully understand, but I do really appreciate the comment. I'm trying to make sure I understand here. Yeah. We'll come back to that one. I haven't watched Movie Idol in a minute. Yeah, quite frankly, I don't really watch his that much anymore. Yo, Jerry, heard anything that Daryl season 4 will be in Morocco? I've heard there's something about time travel. I think, Dan, you posted a video on that. What the fuck? What does that even mean? What? Is it time travel and they're going to time skip, or is there they're going to introduce a time portal and it's going to be I don't know, whatever. I did hear that. I heard Morocco. I heard Spain. I heard all the shit. We'll see what happens. Such a shame how I loved The Walking Dead, watching one downloaded episode from season 3 on my old tablet in hospital while I was 13 years old. Now I'm 23 and I don't feel like truly loving it anymore. Here's the thing. The Walking Dead will always have a very, 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 very special place in my heart, but I don't really love it anymore either. Does that make sense? I love the show. I love the universe. I love the memories I have of experiencing it, but I don't really love the show anymore. Have you ever noticed Batman is never in a TV show anymore? Yes. Speaking of, I really want to see the Penguin. I didn't see that. Fuck, I just lost my place. Fuck. Superman has a lot of shows. That's true. What if The Walking Dead was made by Vince Gilligan? Different fucking story. And actually, I know Vince Gilligan is supposed to be coming out with a show on Apple TV with, now I'm drawing a blank. The actress who plays Kim Wexler, I know her, Rhea Seehorn. They're supposed to be doing a show together. Whenever that comes out, I'm watching it on day one. Just because I trust anything that man does. That's the other thing. World Beyond was meant to set things up for the CRM, and now the show is even more pointless than it was. Yep. I know I sound like a broken record, but Dead City being in the future is one of the dumbest things ever. I agree. It's part of the reason I don't watch it. Makes sense. Dan, already saw your bear comment. Fully agree. Love the show. Remember how World Beyond should have given us something about Rick, and then he gave us post-credits scene with France, which to this day means nothing. It's facts. Yo, Rick, we must cook crystal meth. Yo, Mr. White. That's so funny. Not much chatting. Shit. Guys, I lost my place. Shit. LOL time travel. I enjoyed Trev's chat and Make a Path as well. I love the two of them. Like Tails. Daryl Dixon, the Book of Hot Tub Time. Oh, that's a good comment. Oh, that's so good. I wish I could like gift a comment in here. That's so good. Um, Time traveling crap facts. The Walking Dead Lost in Time. Interesting. Are you a fan of The Walking Dead or TV show music edits? No. Not really. I understand some of them are cool, but nah. I was for like a little bit of time. Um, if I want to watch something, I'm gonna watch actual clips, not like not edits that much. I mean, some of them are really cool, and people who make really good ones, that's awesome. Um, I don't watch them personally. Heard some people talking about how AMC should just reboot the show entirely. If they reboot it, why can't I say that word? It would. If they could reboot it, would you prefer it to be more exact to the comics, or would you like the reimagining of the story? I want it to be 100% the comics, like one for one, because I think the comic storyline is probably the best story I've ever watched, listened to, heard, anything. It's a phenomenal story. It's so fucking good. And The Walking Dead on AMC did a lot of right, but it also did a lot of wrong to that story. Like Carl, like Rick, which Rick was partly because of Andrew Lincoln, stuff like that. But 100% I would want it to be just like the comics. Except maybe like expand a couple items. Like Shane was really short-lived in the comics, and so was the introduction. Like you need to have those things. That's why like an adaptation can do good things differently, which they should from time to time, but keep it the same. Like keep the story identical. Like don't kill Carl, don't kill Rick, things like that. And I made a video on the time traveling stuff. My reaction in that video was genuine, LOL. Facts. You should really watch From if you haven't already. Ivo, I just put a video out on my channel today, and Dan did too. We both put videos out on episode 1. I'm on episode 5 right now. I started watching last night. It's a phenomenal show. It hasn't blown me away yet, but for what it is, the premise is really cool, and it's getting better episode by episode. I love the show, but I lost feelings to it after Glenn and Abraham and Carl. Yep, just started From. It's great. Yep. I love The Walking Dead still, but I honestly started to lose interest in it. Facts. Gimple said he wanted to go back to the roots of The Walking Dead. Was that a lie? I don't know. I don't give a fuck about what Gimple says anymore. I think about the future of The Walking Dead universe, and I hope it will be good with a good team of writers. I agree, man. Walking Dead, as much as I hate the spin-off era, it will be my all-time favorite show. It just holds a special place in my heart. I do agree. Does anyone know Knockbro Nation? Of course. I love Knockbro Nation. I know we didn't mention him at all so far, but I love the two of them, Jarrell, and oh shit, now I'm drawing a blank on the other guys. Fuck. I shouldn't have said that if I don't remember both names, but I do love them. They're great. I would love to do something with them in the future. Big fan of their channel. They're just cool dudes. Knockbro Nation did the last supply drop, and it was disappointing. I didn't even know what they did. I used to watch music tribute videos of The Walking Dead back in the day. I just kind of grew out of it. Yeah, I never watched any of that stuff, really. Knockbros are the best. I agree. They got ripped off. I didn't see the box. I saw his video come out, but I didn't see their box. I think Gimple escaped from the asylum in Outlast, LOL. It's like someone took him, then make him doing the big stupid decisions. Yep. Even though I liked the prison, overall, so much was chopped out and missing. I know. Supply drop I never got. It felt like not enough for what you're paying for. Yeah, I've never got one. I didn't even really know what they were, to be honest with you. I watched them for a min. They're pretty good. Yeah, The Walking Dead can be really amazing, but also really terrible. Facts. Towel supply drop boxes were dented and had puzzles. Interesting. Good for you, Dan. An animated TV show like in the style of Invincible would go so hard. I've been saying that for years, man. I agree. AMC has been cheapening them. Yep. I think it's a shame we didn't get to see Lori in the prison for longer, adjusting to life, and without Shane's influence, she never met Michonne or learned of the governor. I think she should have got her original death with Judith. Josh is the other one. Movie Fusion is really good. Yeah. Movie Fusion's really cool. Fun fact about Movie Fusion. If you guys go back and watch my early impressions of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live episode 1 before the episode aired. I'm vlogging in New York City, and there's a couple behind me, and it's literally Movie Fusion. And it's weird because I filmed my segment. I'm with my girlfriend. I'm chatting with her. Filmed my segment. Behind me is Movie Fusion and his girlfriend, and we all go down into this subway car together. And I've seen his videos, but I didn't really know him well at the time. So I keep looking back at this guy, and I'm like, I know that guy. I think that's Movie Fusion, but I'm not sure. And then he posts the video of him saying he was at the event. And then I'm like, wait a minute. He was in my video. I just thought it was crazy. It's a weird fun fact. So technically we've collabed before, unknowingly. I'm just joking. We didn't really collab. But he was in my video in the background of it because we were both at that early premiere together, even though I didn't talk to him or anything like that. But I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, he is awesome though. He's a good guy. Dead City will be 8 episodes. Why do they still insist on 6 episodes for the Daryl Dixon series? I think it just had to do with AMC and budgetary because they've shot seasons 1 and 2 in one almost. They didn't really take a break. McKay says, yo, and I say, yo, back. Do you remember the song Parting Glass? I think Beth and Maggie were singing in season 3, and if you play Close Attention and Close Your Eyes, you were back in the prison. I cried after hearing it. No, I don't remember that one, to be honest. The next season, Daryl Dixon will also be 6 episodes. What are your thoughts? I'm disappointed about that. I think 6 episodes is way too short. I will forever feel let down. We never got to see Andrea and Dale as part of the cannibal storyline. I do agree. Tainted Meat with Dale would have been sick. You should watch Lost. It's such a good show. I've seen it. My voice just cracked. I've seen it. And it's very good, but it went downhill so quickly, in my opinion. I know Dan's watching it right now. I'm not sure if he's rewatching, so I don't want to spoil much if he's still in here. I really liked the beginning of it, but it started to get really stale. I loved Saeed as a character. I loved a lot of the main characters in it. But it was good in the beginning, and then it just kind of fell apart to me. AMC could have filled the supplied boxes with notebooks of CRM and lore info. The show didn't explore a lot. I'm really thirsty. Let me get my water. 1 second, guys. Water is right here. So I got my water. Dan said I actually built the prison from Walking Dead on Minecraft. Might make a video on it. Had an entire crew on the job. That's sick. That's actually pretty cool. I've been thinking about doing a Minecraft server. I think that'd be pretty fun. Dan, you should definitely make a video. I'd watch that. Yeah, I would definitely watch that too, Dan. I just spilled. I hate these water bottles. I always spill them. Lost season 6. Yeah, you're pretty much done. Isn't season 6 the last season? What's the last season of Lost? Let me look that up. Yeah, you're done. Okay, so you've seen it. You've seen all of it. I think the concept was really cool, but I think it lost a lot of quality over time. That pilot was one of the best pilots. Such a good pilot. In your opinion, if Abraham died in place of Denise, who would die in the show at the lineup in his place, if anyone? Well, that was Abraham's original death in the comics. No, I don't think I'd add anyone. I don't think I would add anyone, to be honest with you. I think I would just leave it at Glenn. I know there was a lot of outrage over Glenn dying, but it was from the comics and it needed to happen. It was like the Red Wedding. You needed to have it. So I get a lot of people were upset about it. Makes sense. But yeah. Guys, an advice. I want to watch Dexter and Lost. Are they amazing? I've never seen Dexter. I watched the first episode and tuned out right away. Not because of any reason in particular. I watched it. I didn't like the gore at the time, but now I think I'd be totally fine with it, even though it's really not that gory. I don't know. I watched it when I was young. I do want to see it. Lost, very good. I would say worth checking out. I got very bored with it though, personally. Any Dexter fans? Yeah, I've never really seen it. Season 5 started becoming frustrating in Lost, yeah. As Lost went on, the character focus got pushed aside for the overall story, and it was the characters that made their seasons very good. I agree. Like when they had episodes with John Locke, or they had episodes with the main guys whose names I'm forgetting, or like Saeed stuff, I loved that. I was very captivated by that. Yeah. As Lost went on, the characters focus pushed. Yeah, I already read that. You'll hear my thoughts on it as the reviews progress. Excuse me. I do recommend Lost though overall. Yeah, I think so too. Like I probably won't make much content on the channel about Lost, but I do think it's worth the check out overall. Thanks for the stream, man. Of course, Brian. I'm going to wrap up probably in a couple minutes because I got some stuff to do. So if you have any more questions, put them in now because at I think like around 4:20 I'm going to get off. Blaze it. Excited for your reviews, Dan. I was watching with the reviews, but got to season 2 before you, and now I'm on season 4. Okay, Jerry, I'll check it out. Sounds good. Dexter is amazing for the first 7 seasons, but season 4 is Breaking Bad tier. Season 8 is trash. The reboot is just okay. Yeah, I heard the ending to Dexter is terrible, but could be wrong. I think Boyd Actor was on Lost. That's what I heard. I heard, I think Dan was saying that in his review. I heard that though. I didn't know that. Do you have a favorite moment in the Walking Dead universe? There's a lot. I think one of my favorites is the sequence in Here's Not Here with Eastman talking about like redirecting and learning Aikido. That stands out to me. Season 8's episode 16 finale is a big standout to me, with Rick's speech after he slits Negan's throat. That's, I think, my favorite speech in The Walking Dead. Rick's last episode. Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. Predictions for Squid Game Season 2. I made a video all about that, and just for sake of time, go check it out. Because I don't want to talk about that too much right now. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Would you review Dexter, Dan? I'll leave that to Dan. I actually enjoyed Lost more on my second viewing. I could see that. AMC is going to keep Norman until he's 90. I know Norman said that. I did hear that. Have I seen True Detective? No. And I really want to start watching that show. I tried to watch Game of Thrones, but got to season 3 and never got into the story personally. That's fair. I tried to like it, but not a single character interested me in the slightest. That's crazy. I mean, I get it. To each their own. That's crazy, man. That show had some of the best characters ever at the time, like Jamie. Oh, I'm actually working on a video right now about the wasted potential of his character, because he was the best character in TV history ever, and then they destroyed it. Mick A, bro, LMAO, you smoke, Jerry. I'm going to plead the fifth. Not going to talk about anything in my personal life, what I do or what I don't do like that. I do think 420 is a pretty well-known thing, though. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, all good, man. That was fun talking. Yeah, dude. I'm going to shoot you. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to shoot you a message. I think that would be really cool. I heard those writers were the best seasons. I wonder if I should continue, even if I don't like it. I do think, Mr. Championator, that seasons 3 to 5 of the show are magnificent. But if you already got to season 3, you've seen a lot of the good stuff too. So, I don't know. Rick Neckbite was really cool. I didn't like Here's Not Here. That's a shame. I get it, but that's my favorite. One last question before you go. Is there any moment in particular from the comics that didn't make it into the show that you would have liked to have seen Andrea's death? 100. Well, actually, no, Rick's death, 100%. But Andrea's death too. And I'm talking about like the real Andrea, not Andrea from the show. Andrea from the comics. Guys, no, I don't. By the way, I see your comments about smoking. I don't do that. I don't condone it. I'm just messing around, okay? I'm not going to talk about that crap on this channel. I'm not going to talk about my personal stuff. But anyway, one last thing before you go. I already got that. I think Carol and Daryl hug and Rick reunion with Judas and Tyrese all together was amazing with the music. I like that too. You should try Supernatural. I have heard that. When the group found the prison, it was a great moment. Have I watched The Sopranos? Yes. I made a video about it, but I didn't finish it. And we were talking about that earlier in the chat. Season 4 of GOT was peak. What did I think about the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight? I talked about it earlier on this stream. I will end with this comment. This is the last comment. So sorry, you guys. Love you guys. But I will say, just to wrap this up, because we did talk about it. Obviously, the Jake Paul fight with Tyson was a cash grab. That's all it was. There wasn't much more. It was a cash grab, and I hate the Pauls, personally. I fucking can't stand them. So I really wanted to see Tyson kick his ass, but obviously that wasn't going to happen because age was on Jake Paul's side. So obviously Jake Paul was going to win. I wish I bet on the game. I'm not a big sports bettor, but I wish I did or the match, because obviously Jake Paul was going to win. Like, I don't understand anyone who would think that he wouldn't. That being said, it's a shame to see that they put that together, but also in the same vein, fucking bro made $40 million from that, and Tyson made multi-millions too. Like, it's not even about the fight. It was just a cash grab for them. And Netflix sucks at streaming. This stream was better than that. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. Thank you for all the comments. Thanks for coming here. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Check out me on X. By the way, I meant to say this earlier. I post on X all the time. I love X, and I will continue to post there. So if you're not following there, be sure to do it. It's Jerry's_takes. Same Instagram as Jerry's.takes. Be sure to follow me on those platforms. With all that out of the way, thanks again for coming to the stream. And until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Let's end it. All right. I don't know why, by the way. Whenever I end it, I click stop streaming. And then there's another option. Are you sure you want to disconnect? Yes. Yes, I'm done. Okay. Oh, I see Clouded PJ. Love you, dude. Hope you're doing well, but you caught me at the very end.